Hello, and in this part 1 IELTS speaking video, we'll look at the topic of writing. These are the kinds of questions they might ask you for this topic. So they're going to ask you about handwriting and also about writing. Let's take a look. I tend to type. I tend to use this a lot because I want you to use it during the IELTS exam. You can also use it in writing. I tend to type. I usually type. Ease and convenience. When something is easier and more useful, we can say the ease and convenience. So you can use this both in writing and in speaking. Ease and convenience. Obviously, we use this when you're going to say something that is evident, that is clear. Obviously. A personal touch or the personal touch is something that you do because you want to make the person feel special. If you just sent them a birthday email, they wouldn't feel special because it's not really the personal touch. But if you make them a card and handwrite the card, then it has the personal touch. Do you prefer typing or handwriting when you're writing? I tend to type most of the time for ease and convenience. Obviously, things such as birthday cards need to be handwritten because they need a personal touch. Everyday stuff. This means things that you do every day. Stuff means things. Notice that I've written everyday stuff every day as one word. This is because it's been used as an adjective here. But when we write every day, we write it separately as two words. Everyday stuff. To-do lists. These are a list of things that you need to do. To-do lists. Do you write a lot? Well, I write everyday stuff such as shopping lists and to-do lists, but I'm not a writer if that's what you're asking. I haven't written a story or poem since school. If I was writing, great use of the past continuous here. I was writing, and we use it to talk about longer actions in the past. I was writing. For pleasure, this means something that you do for fun. For pleasure. If I was forced to write something, if you are forced to do something, it means you are told you must do it. So at school, you are forced to write things. I was forced to. I had no choice. To detest, to hate. Remember not to use simple verbs like hate, don't like. Detest. Did you like writing things when you were a child? It depends. If I was writing for pleasure, then I enjoyed it. But if I was forced to write something for an exam or homework, then I detested it. To sign my name, your signature. This means how you put your name on a document to show that you've written it yourself. Your signature, to sign your name. Regrettably, this means sadly or unfortunately. Regrettably. A dying art. This is a craft or a skill that is not being used as much anymore. People don't do it as much as they used to. A dying art. Not many questions for this topic, but let's do a quick quiz now to see what you can remember. How can we describe things we do because they are easier and more useful? Ease and convenience. So you could use this in writing. Going by train or bus is better for the environment, but many prefer to use their cars for ease and convenience. What is another way of saying to hate? Detest. Detest. How can we say sadly, unfortunately? Regrettably. Regrettably. How can we say for fun? Something you do for pleasure. For pleasure. How can we say to be told you must do something? If I was forced to write something. Forced. Which adverb means clearly? Obviously. Obviously. And finally, how can we say I usually type? I tend to type. I tend to type.